So that night, like, I went home, I had a good night's sleep, you know. I thought my friend was alright, nothing really bad happened. Yeah. And like, we're driving there, I'm driving over to pick Cope up, and right when I get to Cope's house, like, my mom calls me up and like, she's crying. And the only time I've ever seen my mom cry is like when her mom died, so I knew something was up, you know, and like, she didn't even have to tell me like something really bad happened, and she told me like Eric was on life support and he was gonna die.
He's just like, get over here, man, and he was at the hospital. He's like, just come over here, and I didn't know what he was talking about. I didn't know it was that big of a deal.
Tell them to come down here, you know, fast as they can. And the hospital hallway was just filled with kids. Everyone that heard about it was there.
But I still, you know, it's like you don't accept it. You don't want to accept it. You won't let yourself accept it, you know. So when we went in to see him, you know, it got a little bit harder there, but it was so weird because he just seemed so peaceful, you know. And other than his head, the only other thing that happened on his body is he broke his ankle. And it's like,
I still didn't think he was dead, but the way he was breathing was not himself. He wasn't breathing. All you heard, you saw him, you saw his face with no life in it, no color, and this kid, this teenager who shouldn't be there laying down on his bed, and all you'd hear is just and it was the sound of the machine giving him life, giving him whatever was necessary for him to just stay alive. I thought that was the hardest part, and I don't even think it was. I had to call my best friend, who I've known for 18 years or 17 years at the time. He was in Palm Springs. I looked around and I saw all of Eric's friends are here except for one. And Ricky was in Palm Springs just having a great time.
And my mom puts her hand on my shoulder and says, sit down, and she hands me the phone. And I hear Matt Abrahamon tell me that there was a car accident last night, which was Tuesday night, and Eric's in the hospital. And I said, but he's going to be okay, right? And Matt says, no, he's probably going to die. And I flipped out and I started yelling at Matt. I said, this is not funny, this is not cool, why would you say this to me? Why would you make up such a horrible lie that Eric is going to die? No one dies. My friend doesn't die.
And he just started swearing at me, you know, what the hell are you doing, Matt? This isn't something funny. It's nothing to joke about. I'm in Palm Springs. I'm like, I know you're in Palm Springs. I'm at the hospital.
Going on, all I remember is the next morning, my mom getting me out of bed at 5 and going to the airport. I get off the plane and I come through the gate and I see all my friends waiting for me to pick me up, and that's when I realized like how real this is.
And when I woke up the next morning, I was told all of my injuries and that the driver had been drunk, which was something we hadn't known the night before. Two of my good friends and Eric's really good friends came to visit me in the hospital. And I hadn't really been told much about Eric from anyone, only that he was worse than me. And in my mind, worse than me meant broke both legs, broken arm. I had no idea that meant I would never see him again.
You sharpen your spirit so you can throw it into mine. You cut right on my dotted line. In slow motion, you walk away. And I stand here long after you're gone, singing a sad man's song. All those words that you have to say.
I'm Sandy Decker, and I've been the proud mayor of Los Gatos since November of 2002. I think that's one of the reasons, because it correlates with the unfortunate death of Eric Quesada. My feeling on this, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of community background for me, it was a very, very sad time to pick up the phone, and in this case I was told about Eric's death by our police chief. This is the phone call no one wants to take.
It's horrible anytime any community loses a teen or a youth, particularly in this kind of an incident. But in a neighborhood and a community like this that's so closely connected, I knew absolutely it was going to be very impactful.
You know, this is one of those things you just can't believe is going to happen because it's such a rarity in itself, and you know, it just it really does. It just changed a lot of perspectives and a lot of things. As a result, we also inherited a bunch more kids, I guess. Andrew's one of them, so we thought we were going to be shy one instead of plus 10, so.
Yeah, which is nice.
There's a million ways to be safe about partying, you know. It's just, you just really need to take the time and teach people, you know, and just say if you're gonna do it safe. I mean, there's no point. It's just so easy. It's so easy to prevent this stuff, you know.
If you're a parent and you're worried about your kid, just worry about your kid. Worry about your kid. Know what that kid's doing and teach that kid. Because if you're a good parent and you teach your kid things and you teach them not to get in a car drunk, then these types of things won't happen.
Like, where do you draw the line? Was it okay to have half a beer and drive? Is it okay to have 2 beers and drive? Is it okay to have 8 beers and drive? Like,
So where do you draw the line for yourself?
0. If teenagers get in accidents as it is, just sober, you know? I mean, there's some real bad drivers out there our age, you know? And then you throw alcohol into it, and it's like...
Yeah, there's too much of it. It just got to stop. We can't let 18-year-old kids get killed this way. It's horrible.
Eric is an example. You should make an example out of him, just about the way he lived, not necessarily about, and you know, and to see like, hey, you make certain choices and you put yourself in situations, there might be some consequences. Things might happen. But, you know, make an example about how he lived, and so that we can keep talking about it.
Eric dying really set the tone that we have to be responsible and take responsibility for our actions, and just that, I don't know, life isn't always easy, even for rich white kids in Los Gatos.
Dynamics, chillin' back, sitting and hammock, sinking the whack MCs like Titanic. Bust my shit, what you say? You'll come again? My dynamics on stage, we come to win. One more time, give it up for the crowd. Give it up, say, and I wanna hear it loud.
What do you mean, the history of Eric?
Well, you know better than anybody.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know if I can do this.
okay.
I don't. It's really hard for me.
Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe. Now and then I forget the pain that he is gone. It feels so wrong, 'cause he was beautiful.
Weird not to have that anymore. And it's weird not to, I mean, everything's weird not to see him, not to hear his laugh, not to have him throw things at us. And everything. There's nothing I can say I miss more.
I know he's resting now, his way.
He didn't care. He didn't care what we were gonna do. He was just happy being here with his friends. And one thing about Eric that I always remember is that his friends were the most important thing to him.
All his friends, they're delirious, so consumed in all this doom, trying hard to
really, absolutely one of the nicest young men you'd ever want to meet. Eric wore Eric on his sleeve. You knew who Eric was right up front. There was no games, no playing. He was truly just a great, great young man.
Cause he was beautiful in every single way. I know he's resting now. I know he's resting now.
He just hasn't been the same since then. Like, he's missed, obviously, but I don't know, it just sucks. Like, my best friend's gone. Like, I'll never have him again, like, except for like movies and CDs. It's just like not the same.
We'll never let him part. We'll never let him part. Cause he was beautiful. Everyone will say nothing can hurt him now.
Give it up for the lovely Sheila Hernandez.
In every single way, I know he's resting now. I know he's resting now. His way.
Peace, kids.
Dynamics. This one goes out to IQ. He was more than MC, he was my best friend too. Before IQ died, he left me with this: to love life, cause life is God's greatest gift. And it's hard to share the memories about his tragic death, when the ones who drop tears are the same ones who forget. So I take a deep breath and I hold it in my lungs. A chapter in the book of life has just begun. It's Def Con and IQ, my dynamics lives on. We're live on stage, you exist through the song. Yo, Eric, you're gone with the piece of my soul. I remember all the lessons said and everything you told. And when I see your face, the emotions burn inside. How could one be dead when one lives through my life? Was your qualities, the love, and everything known? Now they're always articles until they hit close to home. The worst part is, I never got to say I love you when great ones fall. My best friend, IQ.
The sun has gone down and the street lamps are burning. IQ is now gone, but the world keeps on turning. The sun has gone down and the street lamps are burning. IQ is now gone, but the world keeps on turning.
Yo, Eric, the Mayan, your IQ was shining, blinding all you rap fans like diamonds. Dynamics lives on, and IQ through memories. He broke rappers apart, and he still had no enemies. He was the wisest. IQ saw through your disguises. On stage, Dynamics brought forth surprises with no bling. IQ shined the brightest at the end of your shows. He had you like what happened, you're glued. IQ always kept you strapped in, mapping the blueprints of life through his rapping. And through his lyrics, he smashed your bone, flesh, and spirits, rocking mentally so the impaired can hear it. Fear it? Nah, he's just done with this journey. We wish you were here. The thoughts hot and burnt me. You meant to me everything and lived through my memories. Eventually I'll see you, but thanks for being a friend to me.